So today, we're playing the Berserker, and we may have transformed the Berserker into the most magical fighter of all, giving him a mana thirst, a magic torch, all the way to moon armor to fanfare, and even a Jin's lamp for good measure. And our magical build today does crazy things just like this. However, I kind of do want to keep our mana orb, so we actually have the potential to scale up all those buffs. We should have a ton of armor. Now our opponent is a scaling build, which is going to be kind of scary. Pyromancer friendly, and holy moly, that was big damage. We are scale build too, but hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with the Berserker and see just what we can do today. Honestly, I'm going to go for a Falcon Blade Magic Torch. So honestly, I'm not going to be taking any of these items. And holy moly, did we get the necessary items from Magic Torch before we even got a wooden sword. So honestly, I'm going to gamble to find that wooden sword. We do have one more roll to find it, and holy moly, that was close. We almost didn't get it. We're going to have to reserve this whetstone. On round 3, we're actually going to have a Magic Torch, which is going to be kind of crazy. We're going to roll on. Now, not a fantastic round 1, to be quite honest. Just a wooden sword with a lumbercoal for our DPS. With decreased attack speed from a utility pouch. We do get a health pop, but unfortunately, going up against this Pyro, they're going to have 1 in power and triple weapons, which is honestly going to murder faces. Oh, snapping turtles. That's a pair of gloves for us. Honestly, the game is kind of playing itself right now. Let's take our whetstone, let's go ahead and roll. And I do kind of want to roll looking for a wooden sword or a whetstone. So it's a lot of gold wasted. We did get our whetstone. We do still need to find our wooden sword. Now we're going to slot this in more like this, so then we actually get the value from our whetstone. And we're going to move on. But definitely, pretty much halfway to getting that Falcon Blade. We do have another whetstone. We're definitely going to need a wooden sword. But is this actually going to be enough? We do get that lifesteal during battle rage, but we still only have 1 weapon. And it's just going to fall short, unfortunately. If we did have a wooden sword, just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. We would be in a much better position. Let's grab our whetstone. Let's roll. Healing herbs. We actually can't grab. I'm going to grab it and roll once. And smash. We actually got a wooden sword. I'm going to have to sell the healing herbs. And with that, we're going to buy the stone. We can grab a bag of stones too. We're going to move on like this. So our gloves are targeting a banana. Our magic torch is not going to be in a fantastic position. We've no mana generation, so basically our magic torch is just going to be a normal torch. Except without that scaling potential. And actually, can we even beat down this Reaper? They're going to have Vampirism. They're going to have a good bit of healing with the bananas. And just barely. Now, are we going to be able to... Oh, what? I don't even have the words because that is a Falcon Blade. That is going to be crazy insane. That is definitely going to be crazy insane. We're first off going to take this fanny back, slot this in. Now we do need a mana generation. I'm going to take the lumber call for now. And okay, we did waste some gold on getting this. But that's going to be insane. We do need to change our setup around just a little bit though. So we get that scaling damage, which is going to be fantastic. Now we're going to have mana scaling on our hero sword. And we're going to have a Falcon Blade. Now this has been honestly one of the more craziest crafting of Falcon Blade magic torches I've honestly received. However, this hammer dagger build is looking kind of scary. It's going to be quite close, but smashing. Actually not that close, we're at 20 HP. And we literally just got a mana thirst. Okay, how is this even possible? The game is literally playing itself like crazy. Well, first of all, we're going to take the mana orb, so we do have that scaling as much as possible. We are going to reserve it, but for this round, I'm actually going to be greedy, take the customer card. I also do want a Sam sack. And we're going to move on. We can afford to be greedy. Now, we may actually want it to add in the blueberries up here. Because that would actually increase speed from our Falcon Blade, which overall will be fantastic. Now, the Falcon Blade is actually pretty darn good with the utility pouch. Because this decreases the amount of attack speed by 30%, and this actually just brings it back to normal. So basically, just get the damage increase from the utility pouch. It's not too bad overall, and that's another mana thirst, which is genuinely absurd. So for this round, we are going to be crafting up that mana thirst. We're going to be adding in our banana, and honestly, I might actually grab another Hunger Blade. Grab the stamina sack. Now we may also want a rogue potion, but we can go for kind of a crazy setup involving a certain Spider subclass with a bunch of weapons, and potentially turbo deleting our opponents. But actually, it's actually going to be quite close. And we 1 HP. Holy moly, that was way too close. And we're probably not going to be able to fit this in anyway, so we're probably not going to take it. I would love to take this, but right now our setup just can't handle it. Unfortunately, until we get some more stamina sustain, we're not going to be able to take it. So we're going to leave it. We are going to take the eye lamp though for even more scaling damage. And we can take the help off if we do want to. I'm going to leave it. And we could also get the leather armor. We could also take the glowing crown for invulnerability. If you do want to, I'm going to keep rolling. That's a mana orb, which is going to be fantastic. And we could also go for a moon shield and go for some doggos, because then we can start stacking up a crazy amount of mana. We're going to leave it. Going to take the mana orb anyway. I might actually want to craft up a moon armor, which should be fantastic. We should have crazy scale and damage, which should be absurd. We should get that lifesteal during that battle rage. As long as we survive for the first 5 seconds of the fight, we should be pretty darn good. Now we are going to take fighter subclass. We're going to slot it in here, which is going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and grab it for now. That's a prismatic orb on sale as well. Okay. This has to be one of the more lucky runs I've ever had, I'd say. That's for sure. Now we're going to evolve our setup like this for now, and we're going to be taking a more mana generation. I do want to keep our customer card because, honestly, we're getting pretty damn lucky. So I'm going to take our prismatic orb next round. Now our setup, I'm going to have our magic torch in between still. We can have our falcon blade in the middle, but falcon blade beside our brass knuckles to be increased in speed up significantly. So we're going to be scaling our crit chance, and so far, big burst damage. Not too bad whatsoever. Now we can take that Wobbertinger. The Wobbertinger would be kind of awesome. It would help with our stamina. But I'm not going to take it as right now. That's also another eye lamp, which we can actually take if we do want to. However, I'm not going to grab it. I'm not even going to grab the bloody Emma. I will grab the fanny back and then we'll move for now. I'm going to slot this down here for now, and I'm going to add in some more blueberries. So we're going to have a crazy amount of mana. We can also take a fanfare as well. It is on sale for 4. However, we are going to have a little bit of trouble fitting this in. I'm going to grab it for now. I'm going to slot it down here whenever we can. We're going to move on. So far, this is looking crazy absurd. Because with the prismatic orb, we're going to have a crazy amount of mana from the very beginning. And it's going to scale up our buffs significantly. And overall, smashing. Super fantastic. That's a spike collar, which is kind of awesome too. I'm going to have to grab. Now, I do want to roll. I do want to roll again, because I do want this pretty badly. Now, I'm going to free this up so we can have this back up here. And we can add this down too. So that's going to be even more mana generation. Now, we could also take the corrupted crystal to potentially craft up a captive's comforts, but I'm going to leave it for now. I do want to find ourselves a holy armor and craft up a moon armor. Which so far shouldn't be too bad looking. Now, if we did get a mana thirst, honestly, it would be fantastic. And so far, even beating Busted Blade, chain up, that sort of build, definitely crazy. I don't exactly want any of those items. We could take the Jin's lamp. Also, this has become a holy item, so it would give us healing efficiency. I'm not going to take it. Now, we could sell our customer card and grab a glowing crown to get invulnerability, but I'm not going to. Going to grab the fanny pack, roll again, and smash it. We definitely want this. That's for sure. Now, the crazy thing is, we can lose 2 mana value from our prismatic orb and slot our situation more like this, and take the pair of gloves to actually increase the speed of our brass knuckles even more. However, that is going to lose some vampirism first. However, we can also increase the speed of our magic torch to be scaling up even faster, which might not be too bad. Now, we are definitely going to be taking this holy armor. We should have moved our banana in, so it actually triggers a little bit faster too. We should be in a much better position with this, because your magic torch is going to be moving faster. It's going to be scaling out that damage, and also awesome. Now, that's another spike collar, which is fantastic, but we do want to grab this pretty badly. And we're going to have to fit this in and craft up this armor set. But unfortunately, we're going to have to move on for now. We're going to be taking our extra spike collar. And we can also take the bird to increase the speed of our brass knuckles. But for right now, we're going to be moving on. We're going to be taking our spike collar as well as our stamina sack. Because the more spike collars we have, the longer we're in that battle rage. Which does mean the more lifesteal we do have. Especially going up against some builds like Dark Lantern here. They're going to have a lot of vulnerability where we do not get that lifesteal. And unfortunately, they're just going to outpace us. Just an absurd amount of survivability. Now with that, we're going to be taking our stamina sack. We're going to be taking our spike collar. I'm going to roll. That's another eye lamp if we do want more skinning. I'm not going to. More blueberries I actually will be taking for now. Let's add in our custom card and roll once more. That's another mana orb, which actually I'm going to be taking too. And with that, I'm going to be starting our inventory, so I'll be back in a second. While I do that here. Okay, and with that, we managed to move our Moon Armour into this position, which is going to give us a ton of armor. And it's also going to be fantastic for our Prismatic Orb, because once it is a holy item, it's also a magic item, so it's going to increase your healing efficiency, which does increase our lifesteal. Now, our pair of gloves is still not going to be in, which is unfortunate, but we're going to move on. We're going to be getting our mana orb. Are we going to be able to win this final round? Now, Mr. Struggles is going to be removing all our buffs. But honestly, as long as we have 1 mana, we should be pretty decent. And so far, not looking too bad. However, actually could be my words. That's a ton of vampirism. And that was actually looking kind of scary, but we still managed to survive with 3 lives. Now, before we move on, I do want to have a quick DPS check. Our DPS is about 40 DPS, which is not too bad. It's not crazy insane. Let's check our heals, 160, which is not too bad. And check our block, which is 125, which could be better. But I do believe we can actually make this even more absurd, so we're going to move on. Now I'm going to take the potion bolts. I do want to move our mana orb into this position, because now we can actually get even more armor from our Moon Armour. Now we do want to roll. Jin's lamp could be kind of awesome. I'm not going to waste any more golds. I'm going to continue on. We can craft up a moon shield too if you do want. We're going to leave out. I do want to get a Jin's lamp. Move on for now, because if we can stack up enough buffs while having a ton of armor, we could get that Jin's lamp. However, our opponent is smashing through armor pretty fast, and honestly, it's not looking too good. Unfortunately, that Buster Blade is still Buster Blade. Okay, that is another mana orb. Holy moly, that is absurd. So we have our fanfare. I'm going to be taking a Jin's lamp for now. Honestly, I'm going to be moving this down and slotting this down as well, because I'm going to be taking another good old mana orb. I'm going to slot it in for right now. We can add in our banana. Vampiric gloves could be kind of crazy good too. But this is probably one of the most craziest moon armors I've seen. I'm going to roll. I do kind of want to find another prismatic orb, but we'll settle for spike color. And we'll move on. Actually, should we go double moon armor? It is on sale. I'm going to do it. Double moon armor. We have a crazy amount of mana. However, we may actually want to keep our mana orbs so we can actually get those big mana buffs. It is taking us quite a while to stack up that 35 mana, and our opponent is actually turbo deleting us, and unfortunately, yeah, it's going to fall short. So let's grab our spike collar, let's grab our armor, let's go ahead and roll. And we are going to need to find some extra storage to actually fit this in. I'm going to sell our custom card, which has been good. I do want to roll. I'm going to sell our pair of gloves to roll again. And we are going to need these potion bolts. I'm actually going to reserve the Shield of Valor for now as well, and I'm going to decide if we do actually want to get this moon shield. However, I kind of do want to keep our mana orb, so we actually have the potential to scale up all those buffs. We should have a ton of armor. Now, our opponent is a scaling build, which is going to be kind of scary. Pyromancer friendly, and holy moly, that was big damage. We are scale build too, so we are going to need a ton of armor. So with that, we should be looking a lot better. First of all, we're going to be taking the potion bolts, meaning we can slot in our magic items once again. And honestly, our setup is looking quite crazy right now. That's for sure. Prismatic Orb getting a ton of value from our mana orbs, from our magic items. Our mana orb actually going to go turbo nuts in this position, and our blueberries being both used up for our moon armors. Now, I did kind of want to grab the Shield of Valor, but honestly, are we going to actually be able to fit it in? I'm going to let it go, because we do want to keep our mana orb to get those buffs, because we're going to be stacking up quite a bit of mana. And okay, literally the next shop we do get a mana orb, which is definitely absurd. So I'm going to slot in here as well. And we could also craft up another mana thirst, which honestly might actually be the play. If you do want to craft it up, it will have to be this round. Is that something we're willing to do? Let's do it. Now, our stamina might not be able to handle it. We're going to have to sell a spike collar, because we are going to need a lot of stamina. Once you craft up mana thirst, it should be much, much better. That's for sure. And unfortunately, we actually cannot add in our fanfare for this round. We are definitely going to need to add in our banana, but are we going to be able to make this all work? Because our stamina, especially going up against a shield, is actually, yeah, going to be too much for us. For sure, we definitely need a wall protector in the final round. But so far, look at this damage. It's going insane. We may actually want to get rid of our Falcon Blade, but even though our stamina is a huge issue, our damage wasn't too bad. However, as you can see, our mana thirst right now is 0.3. And once we craft this up, this Hunger Blade is not going to be using up our stamina anymore. So we should be in a crazy better spot with this right now. Now, we did want to go for one thing, but we are going to be taking this leather bag because we are going to need that storage pretty badly, and we can add in our banana over here. And that's going to be more armor first altogether. Now, we can just take our spike collar for even more battle rage. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to roll. That's prismatic orb. We are 100% going to take, for sure. This is going to be a fun setup. It has honestly been super crazy getting this prismatic orb at the very end. And to be quite honest, the game literally played itself, basically giving us our magic torch in round 3, then into our Falcon Blade, and then a mana thirst. Definitely crazy. Now, we did only survive with 2 lives, which we could have done way better, but it is what it is. Double moon armor though, kinda awesome. Well, let's go ahead and see, is this actually going to be good enough, or is it going to fall short? We'll see, we do start off with 27 mana, we do have 290 armor, however, that is a busted blade, spiked staff. And so far, not even going to be close. Massive damage. Even beating out the busted blade, but before we finish up, let's just have a quick little DPS check. The fight ended within 10 seconds and we dealt 82 DPS, 800 damage in 10 seconds. The mana thirst, dealing a lot of damage. Now let's check our heals. Our heals, actually, with our mana thirst, with our utility pouch and Van Prism, 66 healing per second. And then on top of it, we had block, which is about 30 block per second. So honestly, our build was pretty defensive. Did a lot of damage. However, once the battle rage ends, we do lose that lifesteal, so we do lose out on a lot of healing. However, once our battle rage ends, we do have a good bit of vampirism, so we should be able to heal up, especially with all these weapons. However, we did survive with 2 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we got. Plus 11 rank points. Not too bad. Ranks up to 23. But anyways, gonna leave it for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep a lookout for the next one. See you next time.